So here you can see September 2023, we're making about $22,000 per month, and it immediately shot up to $45,000 per month in 2 months. And what do? We hired a sales team. So that's what I'm going to talk about in this video. How do you hire a sales team? How do you manage them? How do you onboard them and train them so that you can immediately skyrocket your revenue? Because this is one of the absolutely best methods that is out there to immediately boost up your revenue. But although there's a disclaimer, I would only recommend this method if you have been doing sales for a while and you understand the process and you have a sales process already nailed down. Because once you're bringing on a team, if you already have all these knowledges, it's so much easier to train this team with that knowledge instead of just having them figure out for your company, which no sales guy would be willing to do so. With that said, in this video, I'm not only going to talk about how we did it, but also give you the resources that you would need to do this process step by step, from hiring to onboarding to training, and then also managing to get the optimal results. To start off, the first thing that I did is I went to Indeed and I posted a job description. And I got 100 applicants within like 3 days, so I had to pause the ad. And I'm going to give you the exact copy that I used to get these many applicants. So this is the heading, and I'm also going to create a document, and it's just going to be posted in the description below. So you can just copy that and then post it on Indeed. And it's very simple. It's free. You don't have to pay. You don't get. I didn't get the premium. I just got all these applicants within 3 days. So just post this and make the tweak so that it fits your business, and then just post it, and you're probably going to get a lot of applicants. And there are really a lot of talented people looking for sales jobs on Indeed. But I would also recommend you leverage other sources. So if you know Skool, and if you're part of other communities or sales communities or AI communities, just post a job description there. You can use the same exact thing over there as well. Again, it's in the description below. So once you post, there are going to be people reaching out to you. From there, what I did is I set up a Calendly link. For the applicants that sent me a resume that kind of fits what I want, I send them the Calendly link so they book an appointment. Meanwhile, they also ask you questions, or you can have a conversation with them. The reason why is you get to understand how talented they are based on how much interested they are, and how often do they follow up, and how persistent they are. If after the interview, if the guy is sending you a follow-up message within few hours, that is a good sign. If you didn't get back to them in a day, are they reaching back to you? This shows persistence. Like you can actually evaluate how good a person is going to be based on how they're following up with you, because you are actually a prospect. You are actually an opportunity. So that's the first thing that I did. I posted this job description. I got applicants. The ones I liked, probably like 20, 25, I marked them and I sent them a message with a Calendly link. They all booked an appointment. Here, one thing you have to be careful is don't just hire the first person you jump on an interview with, because if you haven't taken any interviews before and you're just doing sales all by yourself, if you just speak to one person that can speak really well, and you see he's confident, generally you'll be like, oh, he's the guy, I'm going to hire him. But I would recommend you hold it off, take 20, 30, 50 appointments before you can filter out the best candidates, because most of the people that are going to be applying are going to be really good. You want to cream for the absolutely best people out there. So I would recommend you take a block of 2 to 3 days to just do interviews. Do 10 to 15 interviews every single day. So you can cover 30 to 40 prospects, and then figure out the ones that you like and then hire them. So that's the first process, hiring them. Getting leads for salespeople is really easy. Just post on Indeed, which is my favorite. Also LinkedIn, also Skool communities or other community platforms that you know. Just post it there. You're going to get applicants. Hire them from there. So once you hire them, you need to treat your salespeople just like you would treat your customer. You need to onboard them, train them, set expectations, and then also teach them how to manage things on the CRM. So you hired them. The next thing you're going to do is onboard them, get them oriented in your company, understand your company values, ethics, what is your product, and how does it work, how does the systems work, all that details you have to go through. Since I was planning on hiring people in a huge volume, I automated this process, but this is not necessary. So what I did is I created a Notion document with 6 videos in it, which covers individual aspects of our company. So the first video is just introduction and overview of our companies. And then the second one is about the product and what are we selling. Third one is about the lead journey and the sales cycle. How do we get leads? How does the sales cycle work for our company? And the fourth video was sales call. What are the qualifying questions and how do you frame the pitch? And then the fifth module was about closing and pricing. How do you close the call if they are ready to move on, and how does the pricing work? And sixth one is after the call is closed, or even if it's not closed, how does the sales guy have to manage the CRM stuff to make sure everything is organized and working smoothly? So I made all these videos. So as soon as I onboard a sales guy, I just send this module to them so they go through one by one. And it also has the other resources like the payment links and also the flowchart that we use on the sales call. So I give all these resources out. Along with this, what I send them is all my past recordings. Since I was doing sales before hiring these people, I have a folder of all my closed calls. So all the sales calls that I closed, I put them on a folder. The more videos you have here is the better. I had about like 30, 40 videos, which I sent to these salespeople so they can go through all these videos, watch them one by one to see how I'm pitching the product, what are the qualifying questions I'm asking, how I price my offer. So they can go through all these videos, watch all the videos, and they sort of learn from there so that they can come up with their own script and framework after watching this. If the guys that you're hiring are really talented, just by watching your videos, they should be able to come up with a proper solid structure for their calls and just maybe tweak the script here and there to match their style of selling. If you're not planning on hiring a lot of salespeople in the beginning and you're just planning on 2 or 3 people, what I would recommend is just do an onboarding call yourself to walk them through the company. You don't have to make videos. It's a little extra effort you're going to have to put in. And it's only worth it if you're going to hire a lot of people at once. So you've hired people and you walk them through the onboarding, you train them on what your company, your product is. You made them watch the sales call so that now they have a script. Once they have a script, what you're going to do is jump on role play calls. You're going to do as many role plays as you can, spend 3-4 days with the sales guy, not the entire day, but doing multiple role play calls where you can act as a prospect and your salesperson can act as the salesperson and try to sell the solutions to you. So you can pretend to be one of your ideal customers in the call facing a problem so you can kind of experience how well they're able to close. Once you think they're ready, you can slowly start opening up their calendars. In the beginning, just give them 1 or 2 appointments every single day. Once you can review their calls and you see they're good, you can increase the volume and start filling up their calendars. All right, so let's talk about the CRM stuff, because once you hire these people, you need a place to manage these people. For that, what I would recommend is if you set up the systems properly on the CRM, things should work automatically. You don't have to manually, just micromanage everything. So here's our SOP for every time we hire a new salesperson. The first thing that we do is set up the calendar. Set up an individual calendar, add your salesperson as a staff under your CRM, and then create a calendar for them, create a personal calendar for them. Have them connect that calendar to their Google Calendar. So any appointments that is booked on the calendar will be on their Google Calendar. Once you create the calendar, the next thing you're going to do is set up the automation. You should probably have the automation already set up. So here's an automation for sales appointment confirmation. What you're going to do is add a step early on in the appointment, which is going to assign to user. So if you have 5 different salesperson, this is going to assign the user one by one. So let's say on your funnel page, you have a calendar through which your prospects book a meeting. Every prospect will be assigned one by one to your salesperson. So everyone's getting equal number of meetings and the prospects are being assigned in random. So if you just add this step onto your appointment confirmation workflow, you should be able to automate the appointments to all of your sales guys. So once you set up the calendar and the automation, they should be getting appointments. Now your sales people have to just jump on the appointment. So get a Zoom account for them so they can jump on the appointments. On the onboarding process, you would have already covered how to do the sales, how to pitch, what are the presentations to use, what are the slides to use if you're using slides, and how to close the call. So now they know what to do. They're going to close the call, give them access to payment links, go to your Stripe and create payment links for all different categories. So what I have is a payment link for $1,000 setup, $2,000 setup, $3,000 setup, $4,000 setup, $5,000 setup. So whatever the setup price they're closing the client for, they're going to send the appropriate link. So they have all the links by hand. So if you just send that document to all your sales guys, which they should have handy on during the sales calls, they're just going to copy the link for whatever price they close on and send that link to the prospect and get the close done. And that's not all. One of the most important things is to manage the pipelines. Pipelines is a way you can keep your leads organized. So we have this pipeline go high level. The first step is new lead, appointment booked, and then no show, not qualified, reschedule, follow-up, no show, email follow-up, offer sent, touch base, free trial, closed. So these are the steps in our pipeline. You can just copy this to your go high level and create your pipelines as well. So what happens is every time a lead comes in, it is assigned to a specific salesperson, which you can see by hovering over the little icon here. So you can see which salesperson the lead is appointed to, and that salesperson will only be able to see their own leads on the appointment. So once the lead comes in, the lead is going to automatically be dropped into this pipeline. You can build those automations. So from here, the salesperson can move this contact to any other pipeline based on their status. If a new lead comes in, they book an appointment, they're going to be here. And if they don't show up, the salesperson can move this contact to the no-show pipeline stage. That way, the CRM can automatically trigger the no-show automation. So if a prospect fails to show up, the automations will automatically give them a call to reschedule the appointment. Again, it's an AI call. So the AI is going to give them a call and reschedule the appointment. Also, they're going to get an SMS and email to reschedule the appointment. And let's say if the salesperson took the call, but they're not qualified, they're going to move it here. Or if they reschedule the call, they're going to move it here. Or if they book a follow-up call, they're going to move according to whatever the stage or the status of the prospect is. So that's how you keep things organized. So anytime you want to see how many payments are you waiting to collect, you can just come inside your CRM and go to your pipelines and see how many offers were sent and how many payments are we waiting to collect, or how many people that got closed. This also makes things easier. If a prospect is moved to the closed pipeline, this can trigger automations automatically. So this can automatically move to the onboarding pipeline. So the service delivery team can take the contact from there. So there are a lot of things you can do and to keep things organized in the CRM. So now you have your pipelines also sorted out. And the final thing that you're going to have to make sure you have in place is your communication with the sales team. So here you can see my Slack dashboard. I have all these channels to manage my communications with the sales team. So once you have a sales team, it is important that you are constantly communicating with them. And I think it's very important that you have a daily sales meeting every single morning. I call it the sales huddle. So every morning before they jump on the calls, you can sit and do some role play calls, review their past calls, and just motivate your team every single day. Also, these are the channels that I like to use. You don't have to have all of these. Few of the important channels that I would recommend you have is sales daily reports. Every time your salesperson finishes a meeting with someone, they're supposed to fill this out. So this is the template that you can use. They're going to have to fill out the prospect's name, the date of the call, and the status of the call, and also the price quoted and the notes for onboarding. So this should be made mandatory for every single call. So that way you can get notified every time a call is over. On your phone, you can see every time a call is over that you can see what is the status of the call and if you made a close or not. Also, you should have a general chat, also a channel for testimonials, which is very important, so that you can, as soon as someone gives the testimonial for a company, you can just put it here so all the sales guys are notified about the testimonial. They can watch the testimonials and be more motivated to sell, because now they know they are selling something that's actually valuable. And also you can have sales resources where you can upload all the videos that you probably have, or if there's any updates that you have regarding your product or offer, you can put those in here. So yeah, I think these are the most important channels. Now you know how to hire salespeople, onboard them, train them, and also have them manage the things on the CRM to keep things smooth. If you're an agency owner that's been doing sales all by yourself, this could be incredibly useful for you because I was kind of forced to do this because after a certain point, you're getting 8 meetings every single day. You don't have time to do anything else except take sales calls, which is not efficient because you as a business owner should be focusing on the other aspects of business too, which is like marketing, managing the service delivery and everything. For me, at least, to free up some time for me, I was kind of forced to hire salespeople, but which turned out to be an excellent idea because I was able to immediately increase the revenue and also save a lot of time. The way I like to incentivize my salespeople is purely through commissions, no recurring commissions, just commissions on the upfront charge. So if they're charging a $5,000 setup along with a $497 monthly fee, they get a 15% on $5,000 plus $497. So that's how I structure them. For some clients, we structure a monthly recurring deal. So if I want a salesperson to have to be in communication with the client throughout the period, I structure a recurring commission so the salesperson can work with the client one-on-one as well if that's needed to retain the client for longer periods of time. I know I kind of just went surface level on most of the aspects. If there are any topics that you want me to make an in-depth video, just drop a comment and I will make an in-depth video on that specific topic. Apart from that, I hope it helps. Take care.